Here's a question for you. Who's actually running DOGE? Sure, you might think the answer is Elon Musk, right? Publicly, the Tesla CEO certainly seems like he's calling the shots, sitting down for a big interview with Fox News on Thursday, along with members of the cost-cutting squad, which has sliced its way through the federal budget over the past 2 months. But in legal filings, the White House is going to incredible lengths to distance Elon Musk from the DOGE operation. So why doesn't the White House want Musk to be officially tied to DOGE? And will their little shell game work? I'm Jesse Weber, and you're in the Spin Room. Big two-part sit-down on Thursday and Friday night. Elon Musk, members of the DOGE team speaking with Fox News anchor Bret Baier. This was a fascinating interview. Really shed some light on the DOGE operation. After all, this administration has vowed to be transparent. Becomes a question of how transparent they're actually going to be. But Musk doubled down on some of those claims about waste that he and his team have found in the government books. Take a look.
What's the most astonishing thing you've found out in this process?
The sheer amount of waste and fraud in the government. It is astonishing.
By the way, he's not the head, but he's literally in the center, right? In the center of this group. He's not the head of this thing?
It's mind-blowing. We routinely encounter wastes of $1 billion or more, casually. For example, like the simple survey that was literally a 10-question survey that you could do with SurveyMonkey, cost you about $10,000, was the government was being charged almost $1 billion for that.
For just the survey?
$1 billion for a simple online survey, do you like the national park? And then there appeared to be no feedback loop for what would be done with that survey. So the survey would just go into nothing. It was like insane.
$1 billion for one of those how happy are you with this product surveys? Yeah, that's a little much. I don't know. Worth it? This isn't like a survey from Severance. Who are you? Please name any U.S. state or territory. Just finished binging the show, by the way. I wanted to work it into the script any which way I could. The work is mysterious and important. That actually works for both DOGE and Lumen when you think about it. Those surveys, no one really fills those out with a little bit of incentive, right? But $1 billion seems like a stretch. I don't know, maybe those $25 Target gift cards add up. I don't know. But here's the thing. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of pushback to that part of the DOGE operation, right? I don't think anybody really doubts that there is a lot of waste in government spending. And if we can cut costs that don't really impact anybody, that's a good thing. But a lot of the pushback has come against Musk personally and about the murky nature of his precise role with this whole operation. So Bret Baier asked Elon Musk about all the name calling that's come his way since he's taken on this mission.
Personally, it's got to take a toll.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I think there's some real evil out there. And we have to overcome it.
I mean, you have been called a Nazi, a white supremacist, a fascist.
I mean, they've got the sort of their
just to name
playbook.
a few. Yeah.
I mean, they've still got it. They haven't. I guess they still need to call me Stalin, Mussolini, whatever, Genghis Khan or whatever.
That's over the line. That's over the line. There's no doubt about that. But to be fair, Musk has been quick to attack his critics in very similar fashion. And I will give Bret Baier a lot of credit here for calling Elon Musk out on that, confronting the Tesla CEO about branding Mark Kelly, a Democratic senator, former astronaut, decorated veteran, a traitor to the United States because of his support for Ukraine.
You know, a lot is coming your way, but sometimes you say stuff or post stuff that gets attention. You give it out, in other words. Democratic Arizona.
He's a great journalist. He's a great journalist.
To push for continuing to send U.S. weapons and support there, and you posted that he was a traitor. Well, why do that?
Well, I think somebody should care about the interests of the United States above the interests of another country. And if they don't, they're...
You could have said that without calling him a traitor.
Yeah, but he's a decorated veteran, a former astronaut, a sitting U.S. senator.
It doesn't mean it's okay for him to put the interests of another country above America.
Yeah, but a traitor? A traitor, that's what we want to say, right? A traitor, that's how you bring people together? it doesn't exactly seem to be a winning PR strategy for Elon Musk. You know why? Because his approval ratings are stuck in the 30s right now. This is according to most polls. So it doesn't figure to change his approach, though. He's going to go hard after his critics, no doubt about it. But the interview really got interesting when Bret Baier started fleshing out the DOGE org chart, which has been shrouded in mystery because it's important to know that the White House officially refers to Elon Musk as a special government employee, a senior advisor to the president, and very specifically, not the head of DOGE. Because at long last, it seems like we might now know who's actually running this thing.
Some people say this shouldn't take a rocket scientist. Steve Davis, you are a rocket scientist.
Used to be.
Who?
Who? Actually, you're the chief operating officer of DOGE.
Really?
Day-to-day.
You are?
Fair to say?
Yeah, part of the DOGE team.
I guess so. I guess that's what I am. Chief Operating Officer, day-to-day operations. So we've got a name. Steve Davis. That is a big deal that we now know this, because you wouldn't believe the lengths to which the White House has gone to seemingly avoid coughing up the name of anyone who's actually in charge of DOGE. At numerous press briefings in late February, White House correspondents tried everything to get Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt to give them a name. And time again, she seemed to punt.
Administrator. Who is the DOGE administrator?
So the president tasked Elon Musk to oversee the DOGE effort. There are career officials and there are political appointees who are helping run DOGE.
What's in a name?
There are also individuals who have onboarded as political appointees at every agency across the board to work alongside President Trump's cabinet to find and identify waste, fraud, and abuse. And they are working on that effort every day.
Who is Elon
Reagan.
Musk, the administrator?
Reagan.
And other reporters didn't have any luck either.
A federal judge yesterday was saying that they didn't know who the DOGE administrator was and was asking the lawyer for the administration who it was, and the lawyer responded, "I don't know the answer to that. Can you tell us who the administrator of DOGE is?"
Again, I've been asked and answered this question.
Again, I don't know.
Elon Musk is overseeing DOGE. There are No, Elon Musk is a special government employee, which I've also been asked and have answered that question as well. There are career officials at DOGE. There are political appointees at DOGE. I'm not going to reveal the name of that individual from this podium. I'm happy to follow up and provide that to you. But we've been incredibly transparent about the way that DOGE is working.
We've been incredibly transparent about the way DOGE is working, except we're not going to tell you the name of the person who's officially running it. Is it possible she just didn't know? Did anyone? You know what? Let's just let Elon do his thing. He's not ahead of it. He's not in charge of it. There are other people who are reporting to him. No, I'm sorry, not reporting to him. They're taking care of it themselves. I'm sure it's fine. Just let him do his thing. Now, eventually, the White House did come up with a name, but it wasn't Elon Musk, and it wasn't Steve Davis, the person you just heard identify himself as the chief operating officer of DOGE's day-to-day operations. No, the name they came up with was Amy Gleason. Who? A former healthcare executive who has been a longtime bureaucrat working in the agency that was formerly known as the U.S. Digital Service and is now the U.S. DOGE Service. And the promotion initially seemed to be news to Amy Gleason herself, because she was reportedly on vacation in Mexico when all this happened. Now, we've all taken vacations, come back to find something big has happened at work while we were gone. This takes things to a whole other level. Hey, welcome back, Amy. Hope you got some R&R. Hey, congratulations. You're now in charge of this controversial agency that's getting sued right and left. Enjoy the new corner office. But Gleason fell on the sword, and in a sworn affidavit 2 weeks ago, did acknowledge that she's the official head of DOGE. Quote, "I currently serve as the acting administrator of USDS, that's the U.S. DOGE service. I joined the USDS on December 30th, 2024. I am a full-time government employee at USDS. In my role at USDS, I oversee all of USDS's employees and detailees to USDS from other agencies." And then she continues, "I am a full-time government employee at USDS. In my role at USDS, I oversee all of USDS's employees and detailees to USDS from other agencies." And then she goes further to make sure the court knows that Elon Musk has absolutely nothing to do with this whole DOGE thing. Quote, "Elon Musk does not work at USDS. I do not report to him, and he does not report to me. To my knowledge, he is a senior advisor to the White House. What? Does that make sense? Huh? Maybe somebody ought to tell that to President Trump.
I signed an order creating the Department of Government Efficiency and put a man named Elon Musk in charge. Thank you, Elon, for doing it. Thank you very much.
Again, what?
Great job. I wish you could have seen him last night. It's really, he's a very committed person.
This is such a ridiculous game. Does anyone believe Elon Musk is not in charge of Doge? Title, no title? Put it this way. You think if he asked them to do something, they wouldn't do it? So why is the White House going to such lengths to say he isn't in charge of this? Well, it sure didn't help that Musk's actual role took center stage in legal actions with claims that as an unelected official, remember, never confirmed by the Senate, his authority and decisions allegedly violate the Appointments Clause and also separation of powers. That in practicality, he is doing more than just a White House advisor. That what he is allegedly doing is unconstitutional and illegal under federal law by instructing or directing agencies to do things. That's the argument. So instead of going through all of these legal loopholes to actually justify what he's doing or explain what he's doing or to distance himself, to actually make him a department head or have the true authority to direct an agency, instead of dealing with all that, let's just say on paper, he's not the head of DOGE. I think that's a fair argument. Know why they're trying to create that distance, why they keep on saying now he's not the head of this thing. Also, by the way, if DOGE is truly making decisions on an almost independent basis and is not merely operating on an advisory basis for the president, that could open it up to having to release information to the public and media under FOIA requests. Is that something that they want? So that's the legal part of all this, or at least my understanding of what could be a legal explanation for why they're trying to distance Elon Musk from DOGE, or at least being the head of DOGE. But the public face of DOGE is still Elon Musk, although some in the left-leaning media are wondering why Amy Gleason wasn't a part of the big sit-down on Fox News.
The person, as Elena pointed out, who's supposed to be the acting administrator of DOGE, or, government legacy employee, but nonetheless, they've said this is her job. They've said her name, Amy Gleason, wasn't even there, right? Wasn't even there.
It's a good argument.
Incompetence has a face, and it's Elon.
Yeah.
Where's Amy Gleason? I thought she was in charge of DOGE.
Yeah, that is what they said, although as we learned, she wasn't actually even appointed to DOGE until weeks after the announcement.
Confusion. Fair. A lot of confusion, okay? And look, you had left-leaning media. They were busy chasing, where's Amy Gleason? And then you got right-leaning media who essentially just took victory laps for what they hailed as a triumph of journalism. Fox News host Greg Gutfeld absolutely raving about the conversation with Elon Musk and the company shortly after it aired.
Did the DOGE dudes, Greg, shatter the Democrat narrative?
I have to hand it to Bret Baier and Special Report. That's like the best thing I've ever seen on this network.
Look, my take about all this, I think Bret Baier is an incredible journalist, and he is doing very, very important work for Fox News. As for that interview, it was somewhere in between. It was interesting to get some answers from the people who have completely disrupted the federal government, and we can certainly argue about whether they've done a good job or a bad job or how they're doing it. But look, there are still some more questions I would have liked to have seen asked and definitely answered, and there's still a whole lot of secrecy surrounding this whole operation. Sometimes I feel like we know more about Lumen than we do about DOGE. Again, Severance reference, please watch it. I binged it in like a week. But here's the good thing. Here's the good news. For those of us who still want more answers, Elon Musk isn't going anywhere. So whether on X or on Fox or some podcast, we're sure to hear more from him soon. And us here in the spin room, we're going to be watching. That's all we have for you right now, everybody. I'm Jesse Weber. We'll see you next time.